My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Capricorns. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing your general reading, your past, present, future, your 9 card spread. I'm going to be using the regular tarot deck, clarify with the vampire deck, draw a special vampire card, draw a vampire oracle, and draw 3 yes or no answers for thee. So as you can see, this week I decided to show face again, so I thought it would be kind of interesting just to kind of change the way I do my readings every so often, but here I am again. So, let's look at the cards. Okay, the general card is the 5 of Swords. Let's start off with the first row, which is the past. You get 2 of Cups, partnership, collaboration, an offering, contract deal for that matter. 6 of Cups, nostalgia, looking at the past. And then you get the Empress reversed of having no beginning or abundance afterwards. I mean, it is Virgo energy, your brother, sister, Earth sign for that matter. Yeah, I mean, what I'm kind of getting here is, this offering, this collaboration is something, that looked incredibly promising even in the past and stuff like that. But then when you kind of analyze it with the nostalgia part, you realize that was something that wasn't really going to be giving any kind of fruitfulness. It wasn't going to be any kind of like abundance or any kind of like happiness, attached to it and stuff like that. I mean, I'm kind of getting a bit of a too good to be true kind of offering or deal or collaboration or contract for that matter. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like I'm always highly skeptical, with any kind of offerings for that matter. I mean, of course, a girl that gets turned into a vampire, after, being offered or not being offered, but being, requested, a reading and stuff like that without realizing the vampire had ulterior motives for me. Yeah, that's the thing is that's why, it's like, I just am so highly skeptical about any kind of offerings, and that's why I just think with any kind of offerings, it needs to be clear as water or crystal. Otherwise, if it just seems a bit too odd or something that just kind of makes me feel a bit, uncomfortable for that matter, then I just think, nope, sorry, have to rethink this offering or have to, wait on it for, a bit longer time and stuff like that before I really jump into it. But that's kind of what I get in this combination. It's something that will seem a bit too good to be true. Well, let's look at current times, because you get the, 9 of Pentacles reversed. I was kind of worried about that. Though you're highly motivated and ambitious regarding the Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but yeah, you feel incredibly restless on the inside with Hangman reversed, Pisces energy. Yeah, what I kind of see you doing is either A, you're trying to make the best out of the situation because you're trying to remain ambitious, motivated, and determined in your own passionate way for that matter. But it could also mean, that you just think, I want to change my fate. I'm not getting anything out of this situation, so that's why I'm going to try to maybe find an alternative course, path, action, whatever it is that you want to do, because you get the Hangman reverse because you feel incredibly restless. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with any kind of offerings or something that looks too good to be true. It's shiny, it's beautiful, it looks, just, like probably something I think, oh, wow, really? Is that what it's all about? It looks really nice, it's like any kind of title. It's like they always say, don't judge a book by its cover and stuff like that. But on the other side, you want to also make sure that the book is not going to be just a fool's gold kind of, offering or kind of, object or something that you think, oh yeah, I'm just going to read this, it looks kind of, a bit unusual to my taste, but I'm just going to try something, and then you end up in a situation with Empress reversed and 9 of Pentacles reversed as well. So, it's like when, some people say, yeah, you don't want to be, too quick to judge or this or that, of course you don't want to do that because you might miss a golden opportunity. But you also want to make sure that whatever's being presented to you is also legitimate, honest, and really going to be benefiting you in other ways as well. Because in the future, yeah, King of Pentacles reversed, your beautiful card that came in reverse. No confidence, feeling imbalanced, you feel out of your element. Star Wish Fulfillment came in reverse. I'm not allowed to show it, but Aquarius energy. But yet, You get Nine of Swords reversed of overcoming some kind of nightmare or negative event that could be taking place in the future. I mean, the general card is definitely the Five of Swords, where you are overcoming some kind of battle, on a general note. So this could be you finally changing your fate. It's like, you are highly motivated and determined in current times, but yet I do see a beautiful outcome in the sense where you will probably overcome, some kind of obstacle or setback for that matter. But I really want to look at the clarification because I want to, we'll see what's going on, especially with the other side of the cards for that matter. But yeah, I'm kind of worried, that if you feel restless right now, that he'll definitely end up even in a bit of a rough patch starting, in the future. But then, of course, you probably will eventually get some kind of happy ending. But anyway, let's do clarification. For Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles, yes, this was, some kind of collaboration offering. Yeah, I get it. Because with the Three of Cups, with the Three of Pentacles, it looked incredibly beautiful, promising, hard work. You're probably working with other people, maybe whoever the person, was offering, this offering to, pretty much just kind of gave you this sense of, it's like, it's all just one big collaboration for that matter, and it's all just going to work out in our favor. But yeah, it's like, yeah, it just seemed a bit too good to be true. But of course, I'll see the spider in the corner, which is all about wanting to manifest something, create something. But of course, it's like, anything that's being offered, always look at the fine print and ask as many questions as possible. Because for the Six of Cups, Two of Swords, the thing is, you are looking back at the past, but, you are having some kind of, like, decision to make because, it's like, maybe, it's like you're starting to come to terms with, my goodness, sometimes my hair just bothers me. But sometimes, it's like, if you look at the past, you probably still think, well, what do you truly want? Because this could also be some kind of potential personal inner struggle, where you think, well, something is telling me to head off towards a different direction. But if I were to stay with this, but what would the outcome eventually be and stuff like that? The Five of Swords is winning a beautiful battle, but since it's just the general card and not in any of these other cards and stuff like that, yeah, it is still something that you might really want to look into. Because for the Empress reversed, you do get the Six of Wands of some kind of big celebration taking place. So maybe, it's like, well, you could be in the mindset of thinking, it's like, maybe you don't really need to have, like a whole chamber of gold or everything that you really personally want, because maybe you just think, I enjoy the basic lifestyle, the basic living standards and stuff like that. And of course, to each their own. You don't always need to be heading off towards castles or anything, like grand and big for that matter. You could also just think, I'm okay with, being in this basic, okay, yeah. But anyway, it's like, it is interesting, because maybe this could be you finally sensing clarity as well. But yeah, it's like, but maybe this offering, could actually result in that you don't get anything that you want, but maybe you were actually okay with it. Let's say that, this offering, it was, something, well, better than nothing for that matter. But we're going to have to continue with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, because then you get the Daughter of Grails. So what I actually see you doing is you're changing your fortune and fate, because, well, you pretty much just think, well, I want to start changing. I don't want to be living just in a very minimal salary for that matter. No, you want to actually be able to live comfortably and not just in a basic, maybe paycheck to paycheck or any kind of basic, salary that's really not benefiting you in other ways. But yet, sometimes, if you're in a position, to say either take it or leave it, I don't per se care for that phrase, but if you know that taking this one basic minimal salary will enhance your chances of getting something way better and bigger in the future, sometimes it's actually good to kind of proceed and pursue those types of goals, even though at the time you just think, wow, I only get paid like maybe five, whatever currency that you have and stuff like that. Instead of that, my, friends and family get 15 or 20 of them and stuff like that. But because the thing is this is where you're actually finally bringing forth your passion, your inspiration, and motivation with the Two of Wands. Yes, this is you actually thinking, yeah, I mean, I just see you in a very realistic, grounded mindset in the sense where, you just pretty much are playing the long waiting game or the long game for that matter, if that means anything. Because you pretty much can already say, okay, right now, we're living a basic salary. Okay, maybe there's nothing, that you can do about it. But it doesn't mean it's going to stay like this for the rest of our time. And so I already see this beautiful, you know, Daughter of Girls, Page of Cups of wanting to start manifesting a daydream. And what's your daydream? Probably living in a beautiful, probably a bit more comfortable. Maybe you do want to be in a castle or in a mansion, whatever it is that humans enjoy living in. But the thing is, it's like this is where you're finally gathering all of your motivation and inspiration on heading out. Because, despite feeling restless, you get the Nine of Wands. You are exhausted, or you will be exhausted beyond belief, because hard work, will make someone exhausted. But please always take excellent care of yourself. Rest up, eat healthy, but do everything just to kind of, re-energize and to regenerate your own personal sense of energy for that matter. Because, of course, nothing worth having comes easy. So this is what I actually saw you doing. Because maybe something, like when I said, that, oh no, wait, this was, I think, for maybe Scorpio or Sagittarius for that matter. Is, they were getting too easy, too good to be easy kind of offerings. But hard work should eventually pay off. And that's what I see you doing, is you may be exhausted beyond belief. But as long as you just keep at it and don't give up, that's very crucial. So even though you may feel a bit out of your element in the future regarding the King of Pentacles, or maybe you're not getting the desired goal in the future as of yet, you are incredibly strong and bold and courageous with the Strength card, Leo energy. This could be taking place starting July 23rd, in Leo season and stuff like that. However, the thing is as long as you keep at it, because you do overcome fears, you will overcome a battle as a general card and stuff like that. So the thing is it's not, this is not an immediate gratification kind of reading. This is kind of like a long-term kind of, as long as you keep at it kind of reading for that matter. So, for the Star Wish Fulfillment Reverse, you get the Hierophant. So the thing is it's like, the full moon in Aquarius will be taking place in August, so maybe this combination could also be taking place in August because the Star Wish Fulfillment is an Aquarius card. So what I actually see here is you're incredibly committed because you don't get the desired outcome as of yet, because there's no immediate gratification reading from this, from today's reading, but it doesn't mean it's never going to happen. Because here you are incredibly committed and determined. You have motivation in current times. In the future, you're going to be incredibly committed because that is a desired goal and outcome that you're going to be heading towards. And that's actually the name of any kind of successful outcome, is as long as you just keep at it, you just keep, I'm heading down those sometimes boring, sometimes very painful, and, just paths and stuff like that and voyages. But as long as you just keep at it, that's the most crucial aspect to any kind of winning mentality, is to never give up on what you truly want, wish, and desire. Because what you get, overcoming 9 of Swords, of nightmares and all kinds of problems. The 4 of Wands. Goodness, this thing just decided to try to escape me, but it can't really escape this whole reading for today, so sorry about that. But yes, happy home, happy hearth, happy family. Maybe this will be the eventual, the goal that you're going to be heading down towards eventually in the future. But, you're overcoming obstacles, fears, all kinds of anxieties for that matter, frustrations, because you get the 4 of Wands. Happy home, happy hearth, happy family. But also, you will have so much more confidence within you because you already start off in the future, even though you got the King of Pentacles reversed, but you get strength, and then you get more confidence with the 4 of Wands in the end. Wow. And you know what you get for your special card? The Lovers. Gemini energy. I mean, you could be heading down towards left towards a Leo. You could be heading down left towards an Aquarius. Maybe that's who you're going to get married to eventually. Or maybe, but I do see I just see that you're just so committed because you're a grounded, realistic, and rational earth sign. And even though you may have come in last, but you're never the least because here's your brother, sister, earth sign of Taurus. You already got Virgo. I mean, wonderful. But this is pretty much that you're going to be presented with options and opportunities, or that you're heading down towards a crossroad that's going to be enhancing more openings, chances, offerings, opportunities for my beautiful, amazing Capricorns. Because Oracle wants to add nobility, honor, high standards, and idealistic. This is one of your goals probably that you want to achieve. Have so much honor in yourself, honor in your goals, be idealistic, have high standards, like that saying, shoot for the stars or something, aim at the stars. I don't really know it all too much, but yet the thing is I just see that, never give up on expanding and growing your beautiful ideas, your daughter of girls, your page of cups, your daydreams. Yes, it is a bit of an illusion, but as long as you keep feeding it, nurturing it, taking good care of it, never giving up on it, eventually it'll turn into any kind of desired outcome that you want, wish, and desire. Well, I'm going to have to finish off with 3 yes or no answers. Please feel free to pause this video and think about the questions you want answered. Sad but true, you got the 10 of Pentacles reversed for answer number 1, which is a no. 7 of Swords is a yes, reversed for number 2. And then you get the 3 of Wands reversed, which is a no as well. So you get actually 2 no's and 1 yes for today's reading. Well, my beautiful, amazing Capricorns, I'm going to have to leave it at this for now. But if this reading resonated for you, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going to be doing love readings, stuff like that. So for now, I'm just doing love and general readings. But anyway, I'm also open for personal readings. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel, post in the little discussion box below that you want a personal reading from me, and I'll respond to you with my email. Better than that, I love you guys incredibly, and best of luck on this beautiful journey.